I'm with Margate manager Ben Greenhalgh after his side's 2-0 win in the Kent Cup this evening against Ramsgate. Ben, a professional performance from minute one really, and a 2-0 win, you must be delighted.
Yeah, look, brilliant all round, and we said before this was going to be one for the fans. I think they felt like there was about 1,500 here tonight, which is another great turnout, and it's another big occasion for Margate. I think that's the most important thing for us. I look back, I've been here 4 times now, and we've won 4 times, so I'm actually getting quite good memories over here, this side of Thanet. But I think, yeah, the most important thing was we've had some good performances this season, and we've had some bad performances, and we have to accept that. And the points and results haven't gone our way at the moment. And tonight, I just said to them, we just have to show absolutely everything that we've got about ourselves to prove what we can do, and to make sure that we take games to other teams. And I think we did that from minute one. I think it could have been 3 or 4 at half time. And we just showed loads of energy, which was really going to get carried on. Like, they started throwing everything at us, and people wanted it. People had that little bit extra desire, and I've just said to them in the change room at the end there, I said whatever it was that got us going that little bit more tonight, that has to happen every game. And look, I understand it. You go to Westfield away and there aren't any fans at all. It's a really bad pitch and nothing's going for you. It's hard to get any speed to the game, any intensity, and it's a lot easier tonight when there's fans chanting non-stop and 1,500 fans about the place, and it's a quicker pitch, big Astro, you can play your football. But we've got to get something that little bit more every single game, show that desire in every single game, and we're going to be in for a good season.
And I know you said recently about the last 6 weeks have been difficult in terms of the results, but you've been pleased with some of the performances. But will you look tonight as a reset now? We've got the league now, we're back in league action, we're back at Hartsdown Park. So tonight is a bit of a reset, a good win, and now we go again Saturday.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's too much to concentrate on in this. We've only been going for 4 weeks properly. Sometimes there's too much to concentrate on, and you've got so many different cups, different grounds to go to, and it just gets a little bit too much. And annoyingly, we've been on the wrong side of some of the results, and where we probably could have got 3 points rather than 1 point at times, and not done well enough in the other cups. But that was a big target tonight. We didn't want to go out of all 4 cups by this stage of the season, and I said to them in there, we're never going to win the FA Cup, we're never going to win the FA Trophy, but you can win the Kent Cup. And I look back at the occasion that we had 3 years ago, and players, especially when you get to my age, you strive for more of that, you strive for more success and those moments, because they don't come around very often. And it's a case of now, like you said, we kick-start from here, and just have to show, if we show that week in, week out, we're going to have a good season. Can't guarantee that every week you'll get the 3 points or get the luck from certain decisions, but I think at the same time, if we keep doing that and doing the right things, the right results will always come.
And does tonight bring a familiar feel to last season when we drew a few games at the start and then kicked on? We come here and won in the first round of the Kent Cup like we have tonight. Will feel a little bit familiar?
Yeah, it does. I mean, like we're saying, I know we've got a couple of cup wins in before, but our first league win wasn't until the 13th of September. So I think that's, or maybe the 8th of September, maybe I was looking at this league win was going to be the 13th of September, I don't know, but around the same sort of time. So I think when you look at that, it's happened before. But we are also, there's an element of us where we've said in there, and I think Flan touched on it in his interview on Saturday, we don't want to talk too much about last season because we are a bit of a new team. We feel like we should have progressed, and we probably haven't got going at times, and we haven't shown enough at times. So look, we've stuck together in there, and we've proved what we can do tonight, and we made a lot of changes still as well ourselves. There was myself out, Blackie out, Derry out, Harrison out, Kieran out, Tom Ray out. So we've still shown the depth of the squad, and the one thing that we're very massive on at Margate is we're not going to go and sign 20, 22 players. We're going to, when we need to, we will use the younger players, and Finn's been in around it all pre-season and been waiting for his opportunity, and what an opportunity to go and get. He's played in pre-season and done well enough, and he's come out today and played a Thanet Cup at 17 years old, and that's absolutely brilliant. And then you look around the rest of the team, we've got a lot of young players out there, and still, even when you look at the likes of Brandon, Kyle, like this was last year was their first proper season to it. So we judge them as experienced players, but we're still really young. We're still a really young team, and probably a big positive tonight was to get Henry Young back. Obviously only 19 years old as well, and someone that we gave his debut to, and he's a Thanet boy and he cares about Margate. He's always watching Margate when he wasn't playing. So it's brilliant to get him back and show that bit more desire, because that's what we want in the team. I want every player to care when they put the shirt on. And probably, if you look back at Saturday's highlights, one of the only games where I'm not going to question people cared, but it didn't look like it. And I think that was fair to say. So we need to show that desire every single game. And like we said, the performances will be like that more often than not.
And in terms of this competition, we've obviously progressed, and second round it'll be a home game against Charlton Athletic.
About time.
Yeah, not just that, a home game, but of course a Charlton team that will probably consist of youngsters themselves, but a bit of an occasion for us to look forward to as well.
Yeah, sometimes they're the toughest games. I've played in so many of them where it's against a full-time, and we're looking at a championship club now, and they do play brilliant football, and you can see the difference. We might be able to physically beat them up a little bit more, but they'll play brilliant football because they do it day in, day out, and then the patterns that they've got, we get a Thursday night. When you're playing Saturday, Tuesday, we get a Thursday night for an hour and a half to try and work on as many things as you can. They get 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes 2 sessions a day, so it'll be a really good occasion. I think that's one, again, it's going to be different to any game we play all year, but it's a great occasion for the football club, bringing Charlton down to Hartsdown Park, and my biggest thing is a home game. I think this is the 8th draw we've had in any cups, and it's the first time it would be a home game.
And just finally, Ben, we'll finish on that very point. We're back home Saturday. It's a league game, VCD Athletic. What will that mean to be back at Hartsdown Park?
Yeah, look, I've been saying this in every interview, and I don't want to sound like a robot just saying the same thing week in, week out. It's been really hard to plan for so many away games, knowing different pitches, different astros, different setups, and sometimes we've got to look at ourselves. And me and Flan had this conversation the other day where it was, did we change things a little bit too much? Did we try to go against the opponents a little bit too much? Did we overthink things, which you can always do in football? And in hindsight, it's so easy to look back and go, should we have done this? Like, there were times when we did certain things last year that worked brilliantly that, like we said, haven't worked as well this year. So we've got to keep consistent, keep focusing on what we're doing, but it's brilliant to get back at home. And this doesn't feel like a home because you come away and it's the Ramsgate, but we always play in a similar way here to the way we want to play at home. So it's a brilliant preparation to be able to go into Saturday and look, kick-starts a lot of things, but we also need to remember we're not going to win every game. We want to win every game. Can we win every game? Yes. And we're going to have that belief in the change room, but this has been a dip. It's probably been our biggest dip since we've taken over as management. And we're new into it at the end of the day, and we've got to work out what gets us out of it, and I feel like we've done it tonight, but we need to keep that going from now on, and we need to remain positive. It's a long season. Like I said, we're 4 games into a 42 league game season, so let's get going.
That's brilliant. Thanks for your time. Well done,
Cheers,
season.
guys.